The anti-abortion forces took to the streets of the nation's capital this week. It was their way of protesting the 7th anniversary of the Supreme Court ruling, which declared abortion legal in the U.S.
I was a senior in high school when Roe versus Wade was decided.
First in number 7018, Roe against Wade.
I never really thought I would see Roe versus Wade overturned in my lifetime, but here I am, and it has happened. When I came into the legislature in 2012, Iowa's laws were that you could have an abortion up to the day of birth. And the abortion industry was subsidized by state taxpayer money. That's where we were at when I came in 2012. And I was bound and determined that that was gonna change.
The pro-choice movement does a really great job capitalizing on the fact that young girls and women have big dreams and big goals. They use fear to capitalize on the young, the impressionable, and the vulnerable, and they try to convince us that women need abortion. But as we all know, this is the opposite of the truth. I now know that it is offensive to suggest that women need abortion. I now have learned how to truly love and empower women, both born and preborn, and that is by being pro-life. I believe that women can have their children and achieve their goals because life is truly a gift from God. And these lies that I once believed are why I am now determined more than ever to stand up and fight for life and fight for women to know the truth.
I am so thankful to have the chance to serve as your Attorney General. We're at a moment in our nation's history, in our state's history, where we have the opportunity to help innocent unborn life and also to help mothers as well. Women deserve a lot better than that, and here in Iowa, we're committed to that, and we have a legislature and governor that have been working to build that culture of life so that every woman can be protected, every unborn child can be protected. Everybody deserves that right to be born.
Proverbs 3:8-9 says, "Speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves. Ensure justice for those that are being crushed. Yes, speak up for the poor and the helpless and see that they get justice." I want to speak for those who need justice today. I'm a woman who has been so profoundly hurt by abortion. I had 3 abortions when I was in my teens and early 20s. And the damage that it did to my uterus and my tubes caused infertility and ultimately a hysterectomy. That choice changed my life forever. The abortions destroyed so much in my life. I killed the only children that I would ever bear. I wonder how many grandchildren I should have today.
This is the greatest human rights issue of our time, and we must demand equal protection under the law for all people, including our preborn brothers and sisters. Those under 50 have never known anything but federal abortion law on demand for any reason for all 9 months of pregnancies. Others never thought we would see the day that Roe v. Wade was overturned. But because of all of you, your endless prayers, your blood, sweat, and tears, and your resolve to keep pressing, that we are here today, and we can celebrate the end of one of the most devastating court rulings in the history of America. Being pro-life is pro-woman, and as such, we will also continue to advocate for services, health care, and resources for women and families experiencing unplanned pregnancies. We'll continue to push for efforts like our Mom's Bill and continued funding for that. Women do not need abortion, and the answer to our social problems is not murder. We love them both, and in doing so, we will create a culture of life. Keep praying, keep educating yourself on this issue, and keep having conversations and advocating for the most vulnerable, the most innocent of human life, the unborn in the womb. Thank you.
Now in America, aborting babies is a $1 billion industry. And $1 billion gets you a lot of influence. Not to mention a popular culture that is deeply set against all of us. Everyone here in the Capitol today, popular culture hates. The media are against us. No one should expect to receive the approval of the world for fighting for the sanctity of the life. The fight ahead will be very hard. There will be more setbacks, but this fight is worthy. I am grateful that we have a pro-life governor and pro-life majorities in the House and Senate. Through hard work and prayer, we can accomplish the protection of life. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much.
But I am so grateful to God I was loved. My mother was 11 years old when I was conceived. I am the byproduct of a rape. My father was 21 years old, but I'm so grateful. I have never glorified how I was conceived. My mother was young and she continues to suffer from the harm that was inflicted upon her by my father. But aborting me would not have corrected the wrong that was done to my mother. Aborting me would have made sure there was no one there now to catch my mother at her weakest because of a harm that was done to her before I was conceived. So I'm very grateful to God. You know, there are many on the left who would try to tell us that abortions are clean. There is nothing clean about an abortion. There is nothing victimless about an abortion. Someone always dies. Let me encourage you to speak truth. Speak truth, even to a generation that believes they don't want to hear it. There are so many little Kathy Jeans like me that deserve an opportunity to live. Do your part. Continue to fight. When they tell you to shut up, scream. That is a life, and that life has every right to be born. Thank you so much for hearing my story. Tell others.